Right, so we're going to move into the second part of the morning now. This is really nice, this part. This is the bit that I remember most from last year, actually. And this is where we try to bring leadership alive a little bit with some staff stories from real members of staff from our trust who are going to talk about their leadership experience. So without further ado, I shall introduce the first of our staff stories, and that's Nicola Williams, who's our Heart Support Manager. Nicola, would you like to come up and share your story?
Okay. Morning, everyone. Okay. So, I was asked just to give a bit of a background about myself, my role. So, I qualified as a registered nurse in 2000, and when I was a student, I fell in love with cardiology, and that was part of actually the leadership within that ward. I had a fantastic mentor, there was a wonderful ward manager, and I just felt completely part of the team in the full 10 weeks that I was there. So I got a job there and then ended up here at in the Community Trust in 2003. I've put there that I'm a mummy to two little girls aged 2 and 4 because they have changed my perspective on leadership and made me reflect a lot of how I act and react, and you know how I act under pressure. I really like that, the teacup before, because I do that every day. You think, oh my, you can't say that. Calm down. Right, let's sort this situation. So I'm the team manager. Oh, go back. Sorry. There you go. See what you were doing before, Steve. Okay. Right. So I'm the team manager for World Heart Support. Frida Rimmer, I don't know if you remember her, retired around about this time last year, and before that I was the deputy manager for about 7 years, and with the whole team for about 13. Part of my role is daily management of multidisciplinary team working across 3 services. So we have cardiac rehab, we have cardiac clinics, we have the heart failure service, all with very different roles and all with very different challenges as well. Lots of daily problem solving and crisis management, ensuring the quality of service and patient experience, and making sure that part of that leadership is developing the services, the teams and individuals, which I'll come on to a little bit later. And also managing any change, but ensuring patient safety and staff safety at the same time. So my leadership development journey and influences, I think we all must look back to our formative years. I did Duke of Edinburgh Award, I don't know if anybody else did in the room. Leadership really formally started there for me, having to stand up for what I believed in, having to challenge other people on the decisions they were wanting to make. And that really gave me confidence to move on as an early teen. Becoming a student nurse, and also I worked as a bank healthcare assistant, seeing things that weren't particularly right and standing up, and actually being a leader at that point, and being part of a team. I think leadership in clinical teams, as it is now, you have to make sure that you treat everybody individually. So you have your staff nurse that wants to move up, she wants to do some training, and you support her in that. You also have, they were saying before about the talent management and talent mapping, that you have a specialist heart failure nurse at the end of their career and how you manage that. So it's all very different. Recently we've had an admin team member move into a clinical role, and that came out of her appraisal. So it's about looking at everybody's individual capabilities and their aspirations. Part of leadership is reflection and constant reflection. I don't know if you're like me, every time when I drive home from work, what did I do today? Could I have done that better? My stepdaughter's 21 in a couple of weeks, and when she was probably around the ages of 12 to, well, right up to now, what's happened, Nikki, what's happened in work, and I'd talk through the difficult things, how I'd not dealt with a situation well, and what I was going to do about it. And do you know what, that's really influenced her in her leadership style now that she's in university, and she's very reflective and reflexive in how she deals with situations. Education and learning for myself is I've been very, very lucky that working in this trust that I've had lots of opportunity to attend leadership courses, to do leadership masters modules, mentorship, that kind of thing, and really put into place the actual learning into practice, and that's been really, really helpful for me. We also have senior leadership influences. We've got this. With leadership, it should be top down but bottom up as well, that everybody within the organisation should be able to be a leader, but having those role models at the top of the organisation is absolutely essential, and part of that is them being accessible, which I do actually believe that we do have in our organisation. And also we have wider and national global influences. Obviously, something happened in the world yesterday where there is a new leader to the free world. I'm not going to say how I feel about that, but we do look at people on television, we look at politicians, we look at leaders within like the RCN, that kind of thing, and we look at their behaviours, and they are role models for us. Okay, I know that you've done a Wordle. This is my Wordle, and I just wanted to put down what leadership meant to me. So in there, just pulling a few things out. One of the most important things to me is to communicate effectively. What is your vision? Engage your team. Use coaching to bring the best out of people. To trust people to do things. Has anybody ever just done a job or done a task because you know that you will do it better? I've done that many, many times, but you need to trust others to learn, to lead, to move forward, to actually push themselves and gain that competence and that confidence, and ask them and get them to reflect on that and reflect on how you felt about letting that bit go, because that's a bit that I do find a little bit difficult. Okay. Right, leadership for all. These are a selection of the team that I work with, and I just thought it was really important to kind of point out some of my team's leadership journeys. One I've got in here, I can't really see, is Caroline. Caroline Golder, she was put forward for the NMC Rising Star Award, to which she was shortlisted. She was a student, a first-year student with me, came back for her last placement, got her first job at Heart Support, went from band 5 and then went to band 6, and she will take on anything. She has got that motivation, and I just need to foster that. I need to make sure that she feels supported. She has led on lots of different initiatives. She's really helped to improve the quality of service we provide. Our receptionist, Delane, she was looking at the way that our assessments for rehab work, and people weren't attending, the waiting time for assessment was going up. She came up with a system herself and has implemented it, and she's a band 2, and she is leading within the team. So it really, I'm not the only leader within the team. We've got leaders throughout the team. We've got staff members that have done the Mary Seacole programme, that have really changed the quality of the cardiac rehab we provide. And we've got 2 particular members of the team that we've got plans to develop a clinical nurse specialist role to really revolutionise the way that we have our cardiac clinics. So going away from the medical model and improving the service that we can provide and the patient experience. So just kind of those things that I've pulled out there would be the sharing with vision, engaging the team and developing capability. I think the leadership behaviours that are kind of sit with my heart. Anyway, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Nicola. That was really great. I really do love these staff stories. It's great to hear how somebody is taking leadership for all in their team, and how proud you are of what your team's achieved as well, and the individual achievements and capabilities that are being developed in that area. Really, really great to hear.